gospel now since you seem kind of far away. I see the real Catholics are in the last bench. I have to come down to you.
I think the problem we have is, first of all, one of prayer. And we don't really know how to pray. I mean, when John Paul II said when we pray the rosary, we should meditate, right? But oftentimes, you and I, maybe, I don't know about you, but sometimes I go through the rosary and I wonder, what mystery am I on? What beat am I on? Where am I? I've been thinking about lunch or the person I have to meet or something else. And that has nothing at all to do with the rosary. It's important. It's important to have a prayer life, a reflective life. You know, when I was in the seminary, a famous priest left the priesthood, Father Davis, Charles Davis. He was a great theologian. He had studied in Rome. Everyone was hanging on his words. But he left the priesthood in the late 60s. And there was a former nun who had written a book in the 1940s. I leapt over the wall, you know. I left the convent. And she wrote an article commenting on Father Charles Davis' abandonment of the priesthood and her own abandonment of the convent and of her vows. And she said, basically, I wasn't praying. She said, I gave in to pride, to selfishness. That's the problem. Self-importance, self-indulgence, self-interest, self-pity. I remember Charles Davis he came right after the council, and he was criticizing always the structure. The problem with the church is this, and this, and this, and this. Too many rules, too many laws, not enough compassion, not enough love. But he was blind to his own sin, to his own weakness, just like you and I. Because we're all sinners. The only one that's sinless is Jesus and Mary. And we are hopefully in a constant process of conversion of heart. You know, and to be in this process means to be in love with Jesus Christ, who loves us, you know, who loves us as we are. Mary knew that. Well, what's her name? Monica. She said she regrets her shabby choice. And what came to her mind was Peter, after his denial. You know, he denies Jesus, he follows. He denies that he knows him at all. And Peter had said, you know, I'll die for you. And all the apostles said, I'll die for you. And then when he's there at the court of Caiaphas and Jesus passes by, Jesus looks at him. And Peter, it says, went out and he wept bitterly. His conversion. He wept bitterly. And why? Because he knew he was loved. And he betrayed this tremendous love. Adam and Eve betrayed the tremendous love of God for them. And they did it. And they had these great gifts, these preternatural gifts, infused knowledge. They knew the purpose of everything in creation. They named them all, okay? They also had, their passions were all directed towards God. There was no impure motives there. This all got messed up when, out of pride, they said, well, we can sustain these gifts on our own. We really don't need God. It's sort of like the child in the womb, let's say a month or two of gestation, cutting the umbilical cord and saying, thanks, Mom, for all of the nourishment and all of the protection and the warmth and the gift. But I think I can we need you. That's silly. It's the mystery of evil. But God says, I'll restore it. And what happens? He creates Mary from the moment of her conception, the umbilical cord is attached. She is never outside the will of God. She is, it is sad. It is sad. Mary still had some growing to do, okay? And it says she turns things over in her heart. But, her state, as St. Thomas Aquinas says someplace, her state of holiness was, of her closeness to God, was began when the angels left off. As close as the angels were to God, that's where Mary started. That's where Mary started. Okay, and of course the angels they have to grow in the love of God too, because what else do you do in heaven but fall more deeply in love with God, announcing His miracles. That's what Mary did to Elizabeth. Right after the angel leaves her, as we heard today, the angel announces, like at a wedding feast. The angel Gabriel is like a priest at a wedding ceremony. What's the wedding? God and man. God and God's creation. God and the human race are being married in the womb of the Virgin Mary when God takes flesh. Mary was so open to the will of God. All she wanted to do was to do the will of God her whole life long. And so when the angel appears to her and says, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost are present, the Holy Spirit will overshadow you. The power of the Most High, the Father, will overshadow you. And the one to be born within you is the Son of God. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are coming to marry the human race. And what happens right after this? Mary doesn't sit down and meditate. In the lotus position. She goes out to her cousin. It says in the prayer, the opening prayer for the visitation, that inspired by the Holy Spirit, she goes out to do charity. And what is that charity? To announce the good news. That's evangelization. We're all supposed to be about evangelization these days, right? That's the church has a mission. You have a mission. I have a mission. The most important mission in the world, to announce that God wants to marry us. Really. In a spousal union. That's what the whole scripture is about. And Mary goes to Elizabeth and announces to her, hey, I want you to know what God has done for me. Elizabeth, and what is Elizabeth's? Before that happens, Elizabeth says, how is it that the mother of my Lord should come to me? How is it? And the moment the sound of her voice reached me, the baby was dancing, leaping for joy in my womb. The rosary, by the way, I'm going all over the place. The rosary is very scriptural. Do you know where else this happens? Where someone dances in the presence of the Lord? Second book of Samuel, chapter 6. David has just defeated Jerusalem and is bringing in the Ark of the Covenant. And what's his name? I forget the fellow's name now. I wrote it down here. Anyway, this one fellow, Uzzah. He sees that the Ark of the Covenant is falling over. He puts out his hand to touch it and is struck dead. Because he's not a priest. You're not supposed to do that. Which gives us a hint. And what happens in the same spot 1,000 years later, in this place called En Kaim, the Ark of the Covenant, Mary, comes with God. The Ark of the Covenant was the throne of God. It was the holiest thing in Israel. Inside was the 10 Commandments and some manna and the staff of Aaron. And here now, the real presence of God comes to that same spot where the ark was. And, before as the ark was being brought in, people were dancing and singing and feasting. And David didn't want to touch the ark. He was so afraid now. He left it outside Jerusalem in this place called En Karim. And now here, 1,000 years later, John is dancing inside of his mother's womb at the presence of God in Mary. Okay? God is present in you in your baptism. Remember that? You're the temple. You're the temple of the Holy Spirit. And the angels are dancing in front of you and singing when we surrender to the will of God. Anyway, so this also gives me it gives us an insight into St. Joseph. It says that when St. Joseph learned that Mary was pregnant, it says in a translation, he decided to put her aside. And the explanation as well, he didn't want her to be stoned, and he had such respect for her. No. St. Joseph was like Moses before the burning bush. The presence of God. He was in awe. He said, as we should be. I'm not up to this. I can't do this. As David was in front of the ark. I'm not up to this. One Muslim who came to a Catholic mass at Steubenville, he saw people coming back from communion, I've seen people going up to communion, chewing gum. I want some of the bread, Father. The Muslim said, if you really believed, your people really believed, if I really believed, as you say your people, you believe about what is on this altar and what you're receiving in your hand, I'd be on my face, like Moses, like Joseph, like David, in front of the presence of God, who took on our flesh so that our flesh could take on his divinity. This is a tremendous mystery. It's celebrated in the Rosary. So Teresa Avila says, when we pray, don't worry about the techniques. There's all kinds of techniques. Remember the Beatles went out to the Hindus to find out how to do meditation, out there. Transcendental meditation or whatever. St. Teresa says, don't worry about that kind of stuff. Pray where you are at. Don't be afraid. In the joyful mysteries, there's the Simeon greets, he's been waiting and waiting and waiting. How often do we get discouraged at prayer because we think nothing is happening? For years and years and years, he has been waiting for God to fulfill his promise, and it was promised to him that it would be fulfilled. And probably 50 years later, all of a sudden, the Lord comes into the temple. And he says, now, O Lord, you can dismiss your servant in peace. So this tells me not to give up. And it also tells me that in prayer, I can even bring my sufferings. Because when Mary appears to Simeon, he says, this child is destined for the rise and the fall of many in Israel, and the sword's going to pierce your heart. So that tells me I shouldn't be afraid to bring my suffering to the Lord. My anger, my bitterness. Sometimes in the seminary, unconsciously, when I was upset or afraid or angry, I'd go out into the field. We had 40 acres of property out there for me. And all alone, I could scream and yell at God and sing and do all kinds of things. I'd take a stick and knock down weeds like this. I didn't realize that was my prayer. It is said that there were some adventurers in the ancient days when the New World was being discovered. They came to the coast of Brazil, and they were thirsty because they had run out of water. And they saw another ship, and they asked, give us some water. And the guys on the other ship said, throw your buckets into the water. No, but it's salt. Give us some of your water. No, they said, throw your buckets into the water, right where you are. But we can't do it salt. Throw your buckets into the water. So they finally decided that they said, now these guys are not going to come to us and give us any of their water, so we might as well throw the buckets over like they said. And it was fresh water. Because they were at the mouth of the Amazon, one of the great and the water comes out so powerfully, it goes out miles into the Pacific, so the Atlantic Ocean. And of course, it being fresh, it floats on top of the salt water. And the moral is, pray from where you are. You don't have to clean yourself up and come to God. Oh, before I can pray to God and ask Him for anything, I have to be squeaky clean. No. Sin in this joyful mystery of Simeon, we understand that there's going to be suffering, and we can talk to God about our suffering and about our sins and our weaknesses. Come as you are. Come as you are. God loves you, not because you're good. You're good. God is good, and you're good because God loves you. Don't worry about it. Courage. Sure, we're going to be dead soon anyway. And our conversion is never over. And our problems are never going to end. But we can use those problems. I know one final story. There's a Dr. Conrad Bars, I don't know if he's still alive. He was in Holland during World War II. And he was helping fallen guys whose airplanes had been shot down, the Allies' airplanes that had been shot down over Holland. He was helping them, hiding them, and he was caught by the Nazis and sent to Buchenwald, the famous and awful concentration camps, one of the 50 that the Nazis had. And he said in that camp, he met a French priest. And that French priest said to him, you know, this experience, he says, at first I was angry and upset. And this is a priest, okay? And I go, why God me? Why not someone else? Why me? Starving and being tortured and sweating and dying here in this awful place. Why not someone else? He said, and then he realized something. He says, he survived the camp. And he was freed. He says, but he said, better than surviving the camp was to be condemned to it. To be condemned to it. And it would have been even better to die there. Which seems very strange. How could that be? Because he said, when I was there, starving, sweating, tired, sick, I realized how unimportant money was. How unimportant that my education was, as good as it was. I mean, God gave us these things to enjoy. But I was using them all for myself. In that concentration camp, I realized the only important thing in life is what was important in the life of the Virgin Mary. God. Without God, anything is possible in this world, even a concentration camp. And without God, life has no meaning, no purpose, no direction. The most important thing, as Father Pedro Arruti said, the former Superior General of the Jesuits, he said, the most important thing is to fall in love with God. This suffering that he experienced, that this French priest and others experienced in the camp, we can use it. The suffering in my life I can use to turn me away from my reliance on the idols of this world, on money, power, possessions, affections, and all of those things. And I use them, but use them lightly. They're not the most important thing. They're all going to pass away anyway. The only thing that remains is the love of God revealed to us in Jesus Christ on the cross. Pedro Arruti said, what you fall in love with will determine what time you get up, who your friends are, how you spend your time, what books you read, what you study, what your work is like, and how your relationships are with others. And if you want to know what that is, take a look at your checkbook, your credit card statement, your alarm clock that tells you how you're spending your time. That's a good reflection. Wouldn't that be a good meditation? To turn those things over in my heart, and also to turn over in my heart, as Mary did in her Magnificat, announcing the good news to Elizabeth. All the wonderful things God has done for me in my life. Even the suffering that was like a dope slap. Wake up, George. Pay attention. I haven't abandoned you. I'm right here. Throw your bucket. Throw your bucket. Okay? Courage, brothers and sisters. God loves us. We have a short time to realize that, to internalize it. The rosary is one of our helps. As our biggest help, that and the Eucharist. What was the vision of Saint John Bosco? John Bosco, one of them. He saw the Shepparton Church being attacked from both sides, but it was anchored to two pillars. On one side, the Holy Eucharist. On the other side, the Blessed Virgin Mary. The highest honor of our race. Our intercessor, our mother. And one other story. I was thinking this on the way. When you were mentioning the promises of Fatima, there was a group of Jesuits in Hiroshima when the bomb fell. Did you hear the story? Okay, you know the story. They were saying the rosary together every day. They were practicing the admonitions of Our Lady of Fatima. And the bomb went off. And they were only about 8-10 blocks from at the epicenter. There was destruction all around them except in their division. They were unharmed by the radiation, unharmed by the blast. A couple of scratches here and there. And they survived 20, 30 years. They were investigated by medical doctors and 200 times. They could find nothing wrong with these men. And what did you do? How did this happen? We said the rosary every day in community. And we tried to practice the life of virtue. As Mary did. Courage, courage. Do we have prayers of the faithful? Okay, please come.